Within just 24 hours of its launch, crypto Twitter had a new and shiny Web3 app to obsess over once again. I'm talking about friend.tech and the SocialFi movement that it kickstarted. Now, you've likely heard of social media personalities being called finfluencers to combine the terms finance and, well, influencer. And now we have social finance, or SocialFi, or SoFi for short. It's a hybrid concept which fuses social media networks like Twitter with Web3 and DeFi. It's a promising development which could finally achieve what many have failed to do: propel us into the new creator economy. So let's dive into SocialFi, let's explore friend.tech, and see what tactics users are applying to qualify for a potentially lucrative airdrop. Summer.fi allows you to become a DeFi superhero. More on them later. Let's start with SocialFi. Some consider it to be Web3's answer to Web2's social media problems, as it enables users to have control over their content and allows them to directly monetize it. So in simpler words, SocialFi aims to democratize our digital lives and the online or on-chain presence of creators. Think of it as YouTube monetization on steroids, but decentralized. So how does SocialFi actually work? Unlike traditional Web2 platforms, the decentralized SoFi offers a more equitable space where both creators and consumers can monetize their activities without limitations or blood-sucking intermediaries and middlemen. So in a way, SoFi gives value back to the content creators, or at least it allows less of it to be extracted away from them. But beyond creators, users on SocialFi platforms now also have multiple earning opportunities, including the airdrop, which many are excited about, and we'll get into that in just a second. But first, let's hear a quick word from SummerFi. Market problems got you down? Get your DeFi superpowers with Summer.fi. Summer.fi is a platform for decentralized finance, founded by DeFi OGs, with thousands of people managing over $2.3 billion in crypto capital. It can be used to borrow stablecoins against your favorite cryptocurrencies, increase exposure against them using functionalities like Multiply, and earn a long-term competitive yield. Everything while protecting your strategy with automations like the stop-loss feature. This can be done across multiple layers and protocols like Maker, Aave, and Optimism, all in one place. It's the best time now to become a superhero. Right, so we know what SocialFi is, how it aligns the Web3 ethos with Web2 social media platforms, and how it benefits creators and users by decentralizing the value that's created. But is anyone actually using it? Let's look at the figures from friend.tech, the OG social finance platform built on Base, which impressively amassed a user base of over 100,000 and $25 million in revenues even in the depths of a bear market. And perhaps just as impressively, the TVL topped $40 million despite a wild decline in volumes late August, which had raised concerns at the time. So given the way both creators and users are making money, and the logo which contains Playboy-esque bunny ears, you'd be forgiven for wondering if friend.tech is the Web3 version of OnlyFans. Well, much like the long list of OnlyFans alternatives emerging since the platform's meteoric rise, friend.tech also has a long list of imitators. Because since the launch on August 10th, we've seen multiple forks being launched on other networks. For example, you can explore FanTech on Mantle, Frenzy on Solana, and PostTech on Arbitrum to get a feel of the different SocialFi interfaces. So no, you can't sell pictures of your feet on friend.tech, and to understand how exactly friend.tech works, think for a second of decentralized networks where your friend's social circle becomes the tradable asset. So on friend.tech, every user is a social token, meaning others can invest in these tokens called keys, which are then tied to someone's social credibility. In essence, the higher the creator's social credibility, the higher the price of their keys. But these keys aren't just for show, they actually grant holders access to gated content like exclusive chat rooms, alpha calls, and even direct messaging. And with a recent $50 million seed round led by the Web3 giant Paradigm, the airdrop anticipation is growing. If history repeats itself, Paradigm's involvement could signal a substantial one, because their last Blur Season 1 airdrop saw users rake in thousands of dollars, and one user even bagged 3.2 million Blur tokens worth a whopping $2.5 million at the time. Now, some have speculated that each of the Friday points airdrop will correspond to either $1, $5, or $10 in rewards, which could mean huge rewards for the top creators. And the prevailing tactics appear to be snatching keys early, increasing transaction volume, and sharing those referral codes to bring new users into the network. Now, we're putting together a step-by-step guide on how you can maximize your airdrop potential, so hit that subscribe button and get notified when it's released. Now, before we continue, a quick heads up on some of the red flags you should bear in mind before aping into something like friend.tech. Firstly, the friend.tech founder, OX Racer, has a controversial past with some failed projects. Second, Spot on Chain reported a data leak affecting 100,000 users in just the first 11 days of launch. Additionally, users found that friend.tech was auto-tweeting on their behalf, though you can now opt out of this. And there's currently no built-in fraud protection system. Oh, and this user reminds us that friend.tech already has a higher TVL than when Blur dropped their token, suggesting that the easy airdrop narrative could be on shaky ground. Although that doesn't seem to have phased a growing community of users who are still eagerly anticipating the airdrop nonetheless. And lastly, some have speculated that friend.tech shares could eventually be considered as securities in the future. So, to ensure we can all proceed with caution, we're releasing an airdrop guide focusing on friend.tech this Thursday. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, while friend.tech may currently appear as a lucrative airdrop farming frenzy, its potential contribution to SocialFi's future can't be ignored. It's ripe ground for both speculation and innovation, so farm wisely and always do your own due diligence. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to the Defiant for more on Web3, DeFi, and any upcoming airdrops.